afternoon, everyone. Apple Kidadi, your host on Apple Kidadi Music and Band platform, YouTube. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome to this video. Tonight, our mind is on the spiritual battlefield mentality. Our partners buy chocolates, Tandoori Pizza, MTN Momo, Airtel Uganda, and the support staff. Thank you for endeavoring to support us in this work. Thank you very much. The spiritual battlefield is a mentality which everyone must equip himself or herself or oneself with. When you are faced with an enemy, the first thing you think of is to get rid of your enemy. Everywhere, even when soldiers are preparing for battle, they get briefing and get readiness for the battle in which they are going to engage. The concept spiritual warfare is rooted in many faiths and traditions. Everyone has problems, from mental illness to poverty to illness to drug abuse to lukewarmness in spiritual warfare, lukewarmness to backsliding to every other problems and sickness, illness, and everything. So the concept of spiritual warfare is rooted in many traditions, beginning with the early church. There were very many battles in the spiritual realm. The modern church, all denominations of all religions, Catholic, Orthodox, Pentecostal, Anglican, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, everywhere people are faced, even atheists, those who don't believe in God, they also face very many, even pagans, they also face very many problems. Now, for the spiritual warfare mentality, the battlefield mentality, you have to look tough. It starts with the mindset, then strategies for navigating this rhythm. Here is an outline. One is awareness. There's need to recognize the existence of the spiritual force and their influence. There's a spiritual force disturbing you, so you need to know its existence and its influence on your life. Then equipping oneself with armor. This armor includes prayer, discernment, meditation, scripture, fasting, and others as all you know. Then there's discernment. This is the distinction between evil and good, faith and deception, then truth and falsehood. That's the discernment. Then getting into actual warfare is the next stage. That is, it can be through intercession, petition, opening your heart through surrender to God and belief, total belief in God. That's also a way that God can help you overcome that battlefield in which you are, total surrender to God. Here is a biblical reference to the strategies. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10 to 18, it develops the armor, including truth, righteousness, and faith as the shield of the armor. Then 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3 to 5, it gives the weapons of warfare as spiritual discernment and divine power. Those are the weapons. You have to ask God for divine power, and then you have to have the spiritual discernment to succeed. Then fellowship, that's the gathering of Christians and believers in encouragement and accountability. When there's fellowship and you tell the church minister or the leader, or whatever you call him in whatever religion, when you tell him your problems or the problems of the congregation, it is believed that the prayer warriors or the church minister can pray, or the elders can pray for the congregation or for those suffering, and the problem is believed to leave that person according to the fellowship. Then test. Then you also have to test the spirit that is disturbing you, by evaluating your thoughts, actions, and emotions. You know, healing takes some time. So if you evaluate your thoughts, actions, mindset, and other things, intuitions also, you find yourself healed in a short time when you didn't expect it, but as we saw from above, you have to surrender to God. Then here is the mindset. Faith, courage, humility, and wisdom. When you do these things, God helps you and intervenes in your problem, and the warfare becomes easy for you. Then you have to trust God's power and sovereignty. You have to trust God's power and sovereignty for you to succeed and overcome. Then standing firm in the face of spiritual challenges. You have to stand firm, whatever problem you're facing. You have to stand firm and ensure that God helps you in whatever situation you are going through. Then recognizing one's limitations and dependency on God. Everyone knows that we are people of flesh and blood. We have our limitations, and God is always the sovereign ruler and knows everything that happens to us, as I've always told you. So God will always help you when you recognize your limitations. Then seeking God's guidance is the key word, because in prayer you have to go to seek God's guidance. Then you have God's intervention. God provides divine guidance, protection, provision, and miraculous provision, miraculous interventions. He provides wisdom and direction and intuition for people in problems. Then he offers protection from spiritual harm, strength, courage, resources, and all power to overcome. Then God performs miracles and wonders to achieve his purpose as our creator and protector. Then in this battlefield, the angels also serve as messengers, watching over believers, helping navigate challenges. Then they also participate in the spiritual warfare. Here we can look at books, Psalms 91, Psalms chapter 91, verse 11 to 12, 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 17, then the book of Daniel chapter 6, verse 22, Revelations chapter 12, verse 7 to 9. This is the readiness for the spiritual battles in everyone's life. So don't lag behind. These things may look similar, but they are not similar as such. Because there's the mindset, then the strategies. So it's not all about calling a prayer warrior or calling a church minister or praying for yourself, but keeping yourself with the necessary equipment, that is faith, discernment, surrender, and asking God to intervene. You don't need to just keep quiet. Very many people have got miracles through all this. And I personally have had answered prayer requests. So when you see somebody giving you a testimony of prayer requests answered, this is what they use. So always also try to endeavor that you use the same to achieve your purpose in what I've called the spiritual battlefield mentality. I hope everyone will use this. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing our channel. Thank you very much.